Welcome back to One Beer Job. I'm Justin, and today what we're going to do is we're going to mess with this lawnmower a little bit. We're going to replace the belt for the personal pace part of the lawnmower. This is a Toro 22-inch smart stow lawnmower. We've had it about 4 years, and the belt has just now started to wear. We got a lot of hills, so it really helps. We're also going to replace the blade and also the air filter, which looks like this after you cut your grass down to the bare minimum, especially from the Bermuda grass that we're going to be taking. So first off, cheers. All right. First thing I did is I took an assessment of what needed to take place in order to get the belt off. So I'm going to go ahead and just push the mower over on its side so you can see what I'm going to see. All right. So I've already taken the blade off, and this is the belt. This is the belt that we want to remove. So there was a guard. There was a guard that sits right here that connects to the motor and protects the belt. We took that off. That was, I think, 10 millimeter. Make sure I'm telling you right. Nope, 13 millimeter. That was 13 millimeter. And then I noticed that it still had this plastic guard over it. So after I took that apart, I took off the plastic guard. Now there's two holes on the side right behind the rear wheel on each side. So there's one on the top, one on the bottom, and then back here there's another one that keeps it from mulch. Those 5 bolts need to be removed. This place just kicks right out, and now there's got to be another snap or bolt or something. Aha. All right. So now we're experimenting and learning together. All right. So now there's 2 more. So basically, wherever you see these little black bolts, we're going to take those off. And this is just 3/8. Hopefully it's just this one, but I could imagine that it's probably both. Yep, didn't hear anything fall, so take off the other one. There it is. All right, so got the guard off. All right, next we're going to get this belt off. Looks like there's another guard on top of this, on this belt. Oh, and the other thing I did was I loosened the tensioner pulley system all the way up here to the top to where the smart stow is. I loosened that off so that way this piece right here can slide freely. And as long as it can slide freely, I could probably get a screwdriver in there and unscrew these things. One pause. All right, so these had little the square heads like Allen. I don't know what the hell they're called, but found a DeWalt one that fit. So I just popped those off, and then there it can be removed, and now the belt itself can be removed. So you can see that this belt, I mean, it's 4 years. It's not terrible, but you can certainly tell the difference between this and a new belt. Alright, so now we just get our old belt. And our new belt. Match it up to make sure that it looks the same. That one certainly looks the same. Put it on the big end first, then the little end. And make sure that it's good to go. Looks like it's the right size. Now we're going to go in reverse the same process. Placing the same bolts in the same order. And hang on, I'll come right back. So now we're just repeating the process, making sure that our belt is on. And now we're just gonna repeat in reverse. Make sure all the screws get put back in the same spot. All right, you can pause it. All right, this next part, well, hold on. All right, as we replace this belt guard back on, there's a couple of little tricky points that we want to make sure that we understand. First is that belt has got to come all the way around that pulley. And then the next part is, when we pull these out, they go directly into the motor. These bolts, they go directly into the motor. So you might have to use your opposite hand up onto the motor and move that motor a little bit and get these screws and take them nice and slow until they're threaded, because when they're going back into the motor, these bolts have already been grooved in. And remember, that motor it's not steel, you know. So what we want to do is we want to take this very slow and make sure not to over tighten. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a wrench on them, 13mm wrench, and just tighten them as tight as I don't want to tighten them, over tighten them. So I just want to tighten them so they're tight and not loose, and that way I don't mess with the motor itself. And then it creates all that shaking, and you end up getting a new lawnmower. Kind of expensive. All right, next we're gonna go ahead and pop it back on this blade. I went ahead and put the new one on. Remember that the blade part should be the lowest part on it, so that's the blade part should go towards the screw. I like to shake it just a little and just make sure it's steady because there's little holes and grooves in there right back here in the back. And now I'm going to go ahead and tighten that bad boy all the way down. Alright. Well, that's how we do it. So we're going to go ahead and start this bad boy up here in a second. But just to recap, what we did is that we replaced the belt system for the push mow. We replaced the belt. Oh, and the filter itself. It's pretty simple. Let me just show you where I did that at. Alright, it's just right here. Just undo the screw. And you pop a new filter in there. And the new filter looks like this. Pop the bad boy in. Now we should have a nice clean start. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to let it sit for a few minutes since I did have it on the side. Then we'll start it right back up. Gives us another chance to drink a beer. So hang on. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start this bad boy right back up. So you can see that that bad boy worked. So hang on. All right, so this is what we did. We fixed that lawnmower, and now it's time to drink. Well, actually, now it's time to mow. So for one beer job, I would like you to like the video, subscribe to the channel, do all sorts of stuff, and please let your friends know about it. I'm pretty sure that whether it's a Toro lawnmower or any other type of lawnmower, it's going to be relatively about the same. But until next time, cheers. Like and subscribe. Let's go.